And one more time, if you're doubting again, how can this be? How can this be? Because it is. Because He is. God is love. He's always been that. And He will always be that. And then how can this be? How can this be? Because He's God. He's infinite love. And then how can this be? How can this be? How can He love you if you're rejecting Him at every time? How can He love you when you're saying no, 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 no every time? You have free will. He wants you to love Him, give Him your whole heart, your whole everything to Him, and then He'll show you how to love the world as He wants it to be loved. So how can this be? How can this be? How can the Father love you if you don't believe in Him? And for Jesus Christ the Son, how can it be? How can this be? How can the Son love you if you reject Him at every time? And how can the Father love you back if you reject His Son at every time? And then how can you reject? I mean, how can God love you when you reject His mother every time? How can you do it? How can He do it? You know, you are rejecting His other half. Okay. She is greater than all the angels and saints in heaven. Absolutely greater. Okay. She is His other half. She has half of His kingdom. How many times in the Bible, I will give you even half of my kingdom? How many times is that repeated? Okay. She is His other half. We were made for each other, man and woman. Okay. God the Son, God the Father, and the Mother of God, the Mother of the Son, they were made for each other. He made her, and she said yes, and the world was brought forth, the universe, and they showed us how to love from the beginning, and they want us to learn how to love perfectly back so we can go home to heaven and love with an indescribable love that can never be put into human language. Okay. Okay. So, just believe. Leave Eve behind. Okay. She listened to the serpent, and so we all fell. Leave that behind. It's worthless. Okay. Your thoughts and your thinking and your doubting, they will go on. They may go on forever if you let them. You know. Satan's constantly doubting, constantly lying, constantly. That Mother Mary, through her perfect obedience, the perfect humility, perfect obedience to the infinite power and love of God, crushes that. She crushes his head. So let's let Eve go. Let's let the snake go. Let his lies go. And go to the Mother Mary, who takes us to Jesus Christ, without whom no one can go home to the eternal Father in heaven. It's simple. Love. Okay? For the Father loved us so much that He gave us His only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in Him should not die but have everlasting life. And the Mother leads us to the Son in these times. They're all a family in heaven. They all created us to love them back. So let's do it. Okay, how do we do it? How do we do it? It's a little bit of faith, hope, and love in them. Love in them. They just want you to know that they love you. It stays hidden. I mean, it's obvious. But yeah, that's the secret. They just want you to know that they love you. So love us back. Father and mother, when you have a child, you want to love him. You give him everything, and you want that love back. So let's do it.